Hey guys, it's Burgers here, and today I'm going to answer to one of the questions, and this is where to spend the gems after you get decent amount of gems when you're basically selling your pet. Because yeah, right now with the auction house, even free-to-play players can actually get lucky and get a pet with decent stats, 8 swords, legendary one, and they can sell it and get big amount of gems. And the question is, hi Burgers, I just get 230k gems from selling a pet in the auction house. Can you make a video on the best way to spend gems? I am in the season 2 for context, so I'm not going to speak about the specific season or something like this, but if you manage somehow to get decent amount of gems, it can be by selling some pet or something like this, where actually to spend the gems. And since I'm going to also talk from my point of experience, what I experience, and how my perspective basically gets changed over time, especially for where should you spend your resources. It can be gems, it can be money, and etc. First thing is sorry about that, but you need to have, in my opinion, if you're running like 5 legions, you need to have like 1.5 million per troop. Why I'm saying that is just because to have enough troops to fight. So if you're having some gems and you already have some troops, obviously if you don't have the troops, it's perfectly fine. But in this video, I'm going to focus over what to actually buy to make your legion stronger. And something that I understand in Call of Dragons with the time, especially when I boost my power by a lot, is it's more important how efficient and how strong is your legion from rest of the things. So heroes at one point is going to get done. I mean, you're going to have your mages or marksmen or infantry, whatever you're running, very nice developed. But the best place to spend your gems is actually artifacts, in my opinion, because the pet system require you pet coins. Obviously the gems is not pet coins, so you cannot focus there that much, but the artifact system is going to boost your legion power by a lot. And I'm saying this because I think maybe you're having like 2 strong legions with the heroes inside that are well developed, and right now you're thinking maybe should I actually go for 3 legions or maybe 4 legions, and the answer is stay with 2 legions but go for artifact. Right now we're not having Forge of Light, but the best place to actually go for is Forge of Light. Like this, you're going to be able to open the example. This is very, very important. And if I open some of my reports and something that I did with my latest outset, obviously here I get a lot of things because I was AFK, but I make, for example, Dragon's Fate level 5, and is doing a very nice amount of damage. It's bigger from the range of the Phoenix Eye, way more bigger, and at the same time from the beginning you're hitting like 5 legions, so you can just focus there. If you're mage main, if you're cavalry main, obviously you can go for Kingslayer and stuff like this. I think the best place to spend your gems is the Forge of Light, and try to hit and get this example, because from what I know the examples are game changing. I think I actually get hit by the example artifacts a couple of times, that I can actually show you what I mean by that. I think, yeah, this is for example Mirage Orb. I guess this is a splash damage, so it's not actually directly hitting me, but you can see that this one is 6000, other damage factor is 2000, deals damage to the target legion and knocks 3 enemies, so we're having 1 extra enemy in this whole picture. Because if I show you where I hit with my Mirage Orb, I really hope I find it somewhere, you're going to see that there is a big difference. This is my Mirage Orb, hit the target legion and knocks 2 enemy. Sorry about that. 2 enemy. It's like only 4000. Obviously this my Mirage Orb is I think level 2 or level 3, I don't remember quite well. I think it's level 2, but here the damage is way more bigger and the damage factor is way more bigger. So and we're having one extra target here, so you're going to do extra damage, and this is just for the Mirage Orb. You know, you're boosting this this artifact by a what, just by making it what was the name, just making it in the example. Oh my god, who is non-stop hitting my legions? Why are you hitting my legion? But yeah, let's continue with the things. So maybe I can actually find some other artifacts that I can want to show you in the example. And with 230k you can actually get, I don't know how many is this, it's like 60k 100 draws, so it's going to be like 350 draws in the Forge of Light, which is going to immediately, I think it's even more, 180k gems is going to be 300 pulls. So yeah, it's going to be something like this. And if I get, yeah, one more example, or if I find an example somewhere here, I get hit, it's crazy. Yeah, it's basically the same, 6,200. Maybe I can actually open my Mirage Orb and actually see how the things are there. It's actually level 3. It can go up to 6,000. This is the final damage factor in 2,000, but here you're getting something in extra, one more extra legion. Here we don't have anything increased. The artifact skill is also getting increased, but on top of that you're getting some extra stats over here. So I think maybe this is the best place. You're going to get some good artifacts and good levels of those artifacts for your legion. If from somewhere you get tons of gems, because heroes slowly can be leveled up. You can do Roots of War, get like 10 if you win, obviously, 10 hits. You can get you can do some other activity to get more hits. At the end of the season you can exchange for generation 4, for example, tokens, and again get more tokens for your heroes. Something that I noticed extremely hard with this Forge of Light keys, and I think the gems is going to be a very nice fit in this direction. Now obviously I can give more examples where you can actually invest your gems, but I think at the end of the day there is a couple places. One of the is the artifact, the other one is maybe just save it, because as a free-to-play player it's going to be extremely hard for you to get these 24-hour speed ups. It's like 12k per week, which is a decent amount if you're free to play to actually gather 12k gems. But again, my opinion is, if you for some reason somehow manage to get decent amount of gems by selling some pets, and we start seeing this more and more, I think increasing your artifacts is the way. For the pets you need pet coins to buy spells there, so the gems, you know, it's not working very well in this direction because you cannot basically use them. But yeah, getting some artifacts, getting some juicy reports is the way, because artifacts is also giving you merits. Maybe the people know that, maybe people don't know that, but yeah, it's definitely giving also merits, and this is going to help you hit decent amount of merits and buy all these pet skills. For example, this one costs like 1k pet coins. If you sell it, this Tooth and Quaus, you're going to get 1k coins, pet coins. So yeah, if you somehow get from somewhere extra gems, because right now it's possible, completely possible for a free-to-play player, even for farm, to actually get a decent amount of gems. You just need to get lucky to actually happen to you. With the pets, you can get decent amount of not decent amount, but you can get artifacts. So yeah, I'm not going to make this video more longer. Clearly my answer is focus over your artifacts, and if you have any type of questions like this, you can just leave it in the comments below. If I find the question very valuable, and I can make actually extra video. Also, don't forget, you can share your comments. If from somewhere, this is a very nice challenge, by the way. If from somewhere you get 200k gems, where are you going to spend these gems? Let me know in the comments below if for some reason you get some extra gems, because this is my opinion. I can be wrong, you know, I can be wrong. Maybe I didn't see something. Maybe you can come with better idea. Like this, under this video, that is where to spend your gems. If you get from somewhere a decent amount of gems, we're going to have different proposals in the comments below, and we're going to, you know, help our small community here to be more efficient in Call of Dragons. So yeah, I guess it's all for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoy it. Again, share your comments. It's really nice. We're here to support other one that maybe don't have an idea. Maybe you can get second opinion from somebody and you think about it and you're like, this actually makes sense, and something like this. Wish you a great day and see you in the next video.